So you're planning a move to Florida and the city of Melbourne keeps popping up on the radar. Well, since Melbourne is the second largest city in the county and it's divided up into 5 zip codes, today's video is all about the 32934. So stick around. My name is Larkin and I'm a real estate agent with Real Brokers. And when I'm not making videos like this one, I'm helping people buy and sell real estate. So if you do have plans of making a move soon, let me know how I can help. So looking at Melbourne on a map, going right down the middle, you have Wickham Road going north to south. On the east side of Wickham Road is the 32935 zip code, and on the west side is the 32934, which is what we're talking about today. Other boundaries of this section of Melbourne is Lake Washington and the St. Johns River on the far west side. The north boundary is basically where the Home Depot is at. And then the southern boundary is around Ellis Road, just north of the Melbourne airport. So as you're doing your research on the 32934, you'll see that most of this area is made up of single family homes. There are a handful of condominiums or townhomes. There's a dozen or so apartment complexes, and there's even a manufactured home community in this area. But again, single family homes are mostly in this area, and that's what we're going to talk about in the video. So public record shows that there's over 5,600 single family homes in the 32934. The median home age or year built is around 1990. Most of the homes were built between 1990 and present day because they are still building new construction in this area. Something that stands out in this section of Melbourne, Florida is the size of the lots. It's predominantly in the 32934. Wickham Road, as you get to the homes closer to Wickham Road, you're on a standard city lot, so under a quarter acre is predominantly there. But as you head further west, you're going to see a lot of homes are on an acre or more lots. So of the 5,600 home sites that is in this particular area, over 1,800 of them are on an acre or more. Of that 1,800 homes that are on an acre or more, over 700 of them are in the Wendover Farms Homeowners Association. So of course in Wendover Farms you'll have rules that you'll need to abide by if you're living in this community, but all the other acre plus lot homes that are in this area, you're abiding by either the county or the city rules for those particular areas. I've seen homes that have had horses, with goats, with chickens, with cows. Just pay attention to the local ordinances on what you are or are not allowed. But if you're looking for space and you're looking to maybe have a horse or something similar to that on your property, definitely be looking in the 32934. But whether you're on a large acreage or on a smaller tract of land, you're going to have to decide if you're okay with the homeowners association or not, and let us know as you start house hunting so we'll know where to steer you through there. Speaking of which, let me know in the comments, what's your opinion of living in a homeowners association? Something I like about this section of Melbourne is as you're heading west from Wickham Road on Lake Washington or Post or Parkway, you're going from the smaller lots to the larger lots, and it's almost like living in the country but having the city really close by. So you're not too far away from Publix or from Aldi's, or there's a Walmart neighborhood store in the area. You've got Home Depot towards the north end going towards Pineda. If you want to live close to restaurants, fortunately there's a good selection of restaurants along Wickham Road. O'Galley has a nice selection of restaurants from 95 to US 1. And you're not far away from the other hot spots throughout Melbourne that also has some nice places to go eat or to go shopping. If you're curious about the schools that are in the area, so for the 32934, you've got 4 elementary schools. There is Sable, Longleaf, Roy Allen, or Croton. The middle schools are Johnson or Central, and the high schools are either O'Galley or Vieira High School. And since the school districts are constantly changing, I would always recommend do a little bit of research on a site like schooldigger.com to verify what schools are in the area of the houses that you're looking at. You can verify by address. Let me know what you think about this video. If you like what you're hearing, give me a thumbs up. And of course, any comments or questions are always appreciated. So as I'm helping somebody find a house, one of the questions that inevitably comes up is, how's this neighborhood? How's this area? Is it safe to live here? And I believe the answer to that question is completely personal on each individual. So what I think might be a safe neighborhood to live in, you might be thinking, let's get out of here, and vice versa. You could be comfortable in an area and I'm locking my doors as we're approaching the home because I'm just not comfortable. So How safe is an area is certainly a personal preference. Plus, there's only so much I can say legally too. I've got federal laws that I've got to abide by in regards to how I answer questions like that. I could be steering somebody into or out of a particular area. My number one suggestion is do a little research, do a little recon. If you're in the area, drive through the neighborhoods a couple different times of day, or either different times of the day or on a different day of the week. And also contact the local police or sheriff's department to see what they can tell you about a particular area to help you make those decisions. There's also a lot of great resources online that you can check out. Two sites, for example, are bestplaces.net or crimegrade.org. Another question that comes up when folks are doing the research are there any hospitals nearby? Because I want to live certain distance from a hospital. The north end of the town, we have Health First in Viera. South near Ellis Road, we have Melbourne Regional. And a little further southeast from there is Holmes Regional. Plus, there are emergency and walk-in clinics throughout the city. So you should be near some type of medical facility, no matter where you're living at in Melbourne. So your drive time getting to work, of course, it depends on where you're working at. But if you're in the 32934 and you're stationed at Patrick Space Force Base, for example, all you have to do is get the Pineda Causeway and head east until you're beachside, and right there by South Patrick Drive is the South Gate to get into Patrick. If you're working at or near the Melbourne Airport, like if you're at the Melbourne Airport, Embraer, or one of the aerospace contractors somewhere nearby, L3 Harris, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, you're a pretty close drive from there too if you're living anywhere in the 32934. If your job is at the Space Center, you're going to have a little bit of a haul. I would say from O'Galley to the main gate on Merritt Island, you're looking at a 45-minute to 60-minute drive just to get to the main gate. And if you're working at Port Canaveral or stationed at the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, then you're looking at 45-minute drive to get to there. So if you are planning a move to the Melbourne area or somewhere here in Brevard County, I'm sure you want to start house hunting online. I'll have a link in the comments below for what's available in the 32934. And if you have any questions or comments you'd like to get back to me, you could either drop them below. You can find me on any of these social media sites online too. However you like to communicate, I am great with. And if you stuck around this long, you probably like what you're hearing. If you haven't done so already, you should consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm also queuing up 2 more videos right here for you to watch next. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next show.